Welcome back. We are going to talk about those high prices we're all seeing at the stores and the gas stations. Inflation is up more than 6%. This is a big deal. UT economics professor Dr. Bill Fox joins us now to break it all down. It's so good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about this. What's causing it?
Well, lots of things.
Okay.
First of all, demand is really, really high. People got so much stimulus money and so forth, and they're out spending it. And so that's part of the story. Part of the story is the supply chain we keep hearing about, the ships sitting off the coast, the inability to produce chips that go into cars, these kind of things. So it's a variety of different factors that are playing out here, all hitting us at exactly the same time.
Talk about supplies. Let's talk about the price of supplies. I was looking at some of the breakdowns of cost. Biscuits cost more than cookies in terms of inflation. How do you explain stuff like that?
I like cookies a lot, so this is really good news for me. I mean, we're finding, for example, that low-end wages are going up really fast. Moderate skilled workers, people who are working in fulfillment centers, for example, at restaurants, because there's just not enough of those workers anymore. Some of that is about what happened in COVID. Some of it's just the demographics of what's taking place. This does not solve itself anytime soon in terms of low-income, low-wage, low-skill workers. We're going to see higher prices for them, and that gets built into prices. And so we'll see it at the restaurant on the menu as more is being paid to the workers.
So are you saying this could be a long-term thing?
Well, so I think the inflation itself, probably the rates begin to come down some in the next couple of months. But they're still going to remain high on the standards of what we've seen over the last couple of decades. And this issue of a limited number of workers doesn't solve itself. And so we're going to see these higher wages for, again, fulfillment centers or restaurants. They're going to stay high.
Yeah, it's staggering, really, when you look at it. And you were saying earlier, before we came out here during the break, that a lot of people are retiring. I mean, we're seeing a huge shift in how people are looking at jobs.
A lot of people who were afraid of COVID, or just that, hey, I'm going to be out of work for 3 or 6 months, I'm too close to retirement, I'm just not going back. And so in Tennessee, we've had at least 100,000 more workers retire than we otherwise would have expected.
Wow.
And we're also seeing among particularly working age women, they've been less likely to go back to work, looking at, I think, at their household situation and the child care costs and so forth, and just saying, hey, either I can't find child care, or I found my life, the quality of my life was good while I was able to stay home with the kids. I'm not going back. So we're going to see, again, a kind of a shortage of workers for the near future. And I think Tennessee and the U.S. government are going to be looking at how do we solve that problem. Just today, I was talking with some leaders in state government about what can we do to help some of these groups come back into work.
What's the answer to this inflation problem then?
Well, again, having more supply having the supply chains themselves just correct. And that will take place over time. All those ships sitting full, we've all seen this in the media, seen it on your station.
Yes.
It will solve itself over some months. But remember, we had a 40% increase in housing construction. That put huge demand on the supply chain, and it just needs some time to solve itself and work all that through. We all remember toilet paper. And, you know, I have a friend.
We'll never forget that.
Well, I have a friend who works in the industry, and what he tells me is shifting from making toilet paper for restaurants to making it for people's houses is a really difficult thing to do. You can't, their factory literally couldn't make that transition in the short term. And it's working through all those kind of transitions that needs to take place. And it will happen. It will take through much of 2022 for that to take place.
We'll be talking again then.
Well, I'll look forward to it.
In the coming weeks and months. Thank you, Dr. Fox. We appreciate it. And listen to this, everyone. Congressman Chuck Fleischmann released a statement today about inflation's 30-year high. He says, in part, the Biden administration and Congress need to work together on common sense fiscal policies to stop inflation, raise wages, and restore America's economy. End quote there.